Señorita, unless we find a way to replace that broken pipe, our chances look very bad.
Every need provided for. Every need There's no power. I'll need to come up with a way to provide it with electricity.
Someone has seen to it that the snowshoes, they are beyond repair, and now quite useless. Quite interesting.
I won't find anything else in there. I'm sure I can piece these back together. There, it is complete. I will carefully place it into my scrapbook for further study. The door is locked. It's locked fast. The weather looks quite threatening. Klaus's passport. I'll put it with the others. Nothing else to see in there. I see nothing remarkable. I wouldn't want to get caught out in that weather.
Quite interesting.
The weather looks quite threatening. Nothing to find here. The door is locked. The woods look menacing and dangerous.
No, the snow. It is much too deep to cross without the snowshoes.
I must attend to my duties, mademoiselle. Perhaps we can speak later.
The door is locked. The door to the baggage car is locked. The key worked. These goods are being shipped. They do not belong to anyone currently on the train. These items do not belong to any of the passengers. I will not compromise the train company's reputation by disturbing them without a good reason.
Quite interesting. Mademoiselle, observe. The lid, it is secured with 4 nails.
The nails were loose. Peculiar. Well, what do we have here? I'd better put the lid back. It's the cargo manifest. It shows that 3 casks were loaded in Belgrade, 1 of olive oil, 1 of honey, and 1 of vinegar. It also mentions a special security package that was loaded in Istanbul. The snowshoes are now quite usable. I saved the copper wire as well. Salonika olive oil, a keg of Greece's finest. A keg of white wine vinegar. I've heard of this honey. It's reported to be quite good. It looks terrible out there. This seems to be a security door. It certainly lives up to its name. It's locked. The key fit perfectly.
Remember, mademoiselle, you are the intruder here, not the wolf. It is senseless to harm the creature.
The gunshot seems to have frightened him off. This looks like a dead end. I'm not sure what I expect to find wandering around out here. This looks like a dead end. A deer. I should leave her alone. She's got enough to worry about with all the wolves around. So many paths. It would be easy for me to get lost out here.
Remember, mademoiselle, you are the intruder here, not the wolf. It is senseless to harm the creature.
The gunshot seems to have frightened him off.
A hut out here in the middle of nowhere.
A deer. I should leave her alone. She's...
A shepherd's hut. Probably only used when the snow it is gone and he brings his sheep up to the high pasture.
It's locked fast.
One of the bars appears to be quite loose. Would you not say so, mademoiselle? Fantastique. What is this? A second passkey? So, the mystery of how a murderer may pass through the locked doors, it is now explained.
Nothing of interest here. An antique stove. I haven't seen one of these in years. I can't loosen the pipe with my hands.
Now the gap in the bars is too small to crawl through. Now the snow, it is...
Wonderful. That should hold, at least until we are rescued. Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. The heat is now restored. Now on to the matter of murder. Very appetizing in other circumstances, but I'm not hungry at the moment. These menu cards are perfect for collecting fingerprints. Sterling silver.
not disturb me. I do not have enough vinegar or olive oil for the Count and Countess. I will be shamed.
Intolerable. That isn't such a good idea. The spout fits perfectly. The valve prevents it from pouring until turned. This spout fits just as well as the first. I filled the tumbler with vinegar. I filled the tumbler with olive oil. I can't take that now. Vinegar would spill all over the place. I have the olive oil and vinegar you need for tonight's meal.
Let me see then. Yeah, this olive oil is fresh enough and of sufficient quality. The quality of this vinegar will have to do, but there is not nearly enough. Tell me at once where you found it.
In the baggage car.
There must be far more vinegar for the authentic Erdapfel salad. I will get it myself.
Splendid. Loaves of bread. They smell lovely. I'd better close this. An empty bottle of olive oil and one that looks like it contained vinegar. Such a cramped kitchen. I can't imagine how Klaus puts up with it. Such a I would like to fingerprint you.
Ach, fine. Do as you must.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
Not at all. As you can see, I'm not exactly occupied at the moment. And I do know you're helping that funny little Belgian detective. What can I do for you?
May I have your passport, please?
It's in my compartment. Feel free to collect it.
Your full name, permanent address, and age, please.
Mary Hermione Debenham, 32. I'm between permanent addresses at the moment.
What can you tell me of the murder last night?
I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. I went to bed and slept.
You seem very at ease. Are you not distressed by what has happened?
Distressed? I have not really thought about it from that point of view. No, I cannot say that I am at all distressed. After all, people die every day.
They die, yes, but murder is thankfully a little more rare. Were you acquainted with Monsieur Ratchet?
I saw him for the first time at dinner last night. Oh, I suppose at the station, perhaps. I don't recall.
How did he strike you?
I hardly noticed him.
He did not strike you as an evil personality?
Really, I cannot say I thought about it. Whether or not I liked Mr. Ratchet's face does not seem to be helpful in finding out who killed him.
I'd like to take your fingerprints.
How very enterprising of you. How do we proceed?
I have some typewriter ribbon.
Splendid. This is all rather exciting.
Do you know who Monsieur Ratchet really was?
Haven't a clue. Who was he?
Cassetti, the man behind the Armstrong kidnapping.
That was quite abominable.
Where did you begin your journey?
Baghdad.
What were you doing there?
I have been acting as governess to 2 children.
What is your final destination?
London. I'm giving up on Baghdad. Not much happens there. I'm hoping to find a suitable post in London.
What can you tell me about Mademoiselle Schmidt?
She's a nearly perfect traveling companion. Quiet, polite, thinks the world of her princess.
What is the color of her dressing gown?
Her dressing gown? It's dark blue. Flannel.
Did Mademoiselle Schmidt leave your compartment at any time during the night?
She was with the princess, reading, I believe, until quite late. I awoke when she returned. I remember thinking she was not paid enough for such long hours and checked my watch. It was 12:38.
How well do you know Colonel Arbuthnot?
That's a very impertinent question, and I'll not answer it.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Debenham.